graders, welcome virtually to Dobbins Middle School. We are so happy to have you here, even if it's just kind of. We would love to see you in person, but obviously that's not quite going to happen this year, and that's okay, because we are here today to make you understand what a great experience we have here at Dobbins Middle School. My name is Rosemary Dixon, and I'm the band director here. The group sitting in front of you is our 6th grade beginner band. They were right where you are this time. Well, they were actually home, weren't they? This time last year? But they were 5th graders, just like you are right now. I reached out to them last year virtually, just like I'm doing for you today. I want to talk to you a little bit about the connections we have here at Dobbins Middle School. We have band. We also have chorus. Those are the 2 classes that you can choose to take here at Dobbins Middle School, and you're going to have the opportunity to do that today. I've given your teachers a form. Some of you came to our open house and filled it out. Others didn't get to come that night, so I'm sending forms to you so that you can take advantage of band and chorus. We also have art. We have STEM and engineering. We have computer science. And we also have a reading and Spanish connections here. If you choose to take band or chorus, you'll have that all year. And then your other connection can rotate through the other classes that I mentioned. There are several students who choose to take both band and chorus and have that as their only connections all year. Who in this group does that? Stand up if you are a band and chorus student. Thank you. These students do music for an hour and a half every single day. And so they get lots and lots of time down here in our fine arts department. We're going to start today by playing you a Dobbins Middle School tradition, Let's Rock. Thank you very much. We have a small audience with us here made up of some of our DMS students, so we thank you guys for your support. I also one of our things that we wanted to do here today is to make sure that you know what instruments you have the opportunity to play when you come to Dobbins Middle School. Some of our 6th grade students have prepared a little solo for you today, just so that you can kind of get an idea before you join band what might be interesting. Our first soloist is is going to be a horn player, French horn. His name is Devin. Devin, what elementary school did you go to? Baggett. He is a Baggett alumni. He is going to give you an example of the French horn. One of our woodwind family instruments. Miss Iona, what elementary school did you go to? Baggett. Also a Baggett alumni. All right, Miss Iona, and the flute. Thank you so much. And one more before we play our next tune for you. We have a trumpet player from Grant. Which elementary school did you attend? Baggett. Also Baggett. I promise there are different elementary schools in here, I promise. Grant is going to play us an example of the trumpet. Thank you, Grant. Some of our students are playing you things that they practiced for our solo and ensemble competition that we hold here at Dobbins Middle School, and others are just fun activities that we've learned in class. Our next song for you today is also a Dobbins Middle School tradition, and I am sure that you will recognize it right away. I'm sure you can tell, that wasn't Star Wars. They had a great time rehearsing that on Tuesday, which was, of course, May the 4th, be with you. So the next thing we're going to have is a few more solos to represent what we have here to offer at Dobbins Middle School in our band program. We are going to have the biggest of the brass instruments, the granddaddy of the brass instruments, played by Miss Mariacella. What school did you go to, Mariacella? She went to a Cobb County elementary school, Dowell, and we are so happy to have her here now in Cobb County. Mariacella on the tuba. That I'm sure interests tons and tons of you in teaching band for 17 years, has taught me anything. And that is our percussion section. As you can see, there are tons of different instruments back there. The two we're going to show you today are, the first is going to be our snare drum, played by Miss Britton. And what elementary school did you go to, Miss Britton? Baggett. Another Baggett alumni. Here is Britton on the snare drum. Showing you today is our clarinet section. The first of which is going to be Miss Gabriella. And what elementary school did you go to? A representative, Hutchins Elementary. All right, so here we go, Miss Gabby and our clarinet section. That these guys were 5th graders last year. We literally spent the first week we had our instruments just learning to put them together. So don't think that just because you don't know what's going on now, that we won't be right here next year, okay? Our next example is going to be another trumpet player, a very popular instrument in our ensemble, Miss Anaya. What elementary school did you go to? Baggett Elementary. Miss Anaya on the trumpet. Another percussion instrument, one that is very different than the one that you listened to first. This is Miss Camden on our bells set. Miss Camden, what elementary school did you go to? Panter Elementary. All right, let's hear from Camden on the bells. Next is something we haven't heard yet. This is the trombone in the brass family. It's also the instrument that I spent my middle school years playing. Miss Ileana came to us from Colorado, and we're very happy to have her here. Let's hear Miss Ileana on the trombone. Brendan on the saxophone. He is from Hutchins, and we are so glad that Brendan is going to bring you a really cool solo today. When you learn to play band, you just don't learn to read the notes on the page. You learn to just be a part of the program. You take your love for music and you take it home with you. So our next performer is going to be a clarinet player. Miss Anna Kate is going to demonstrate one of our most popular instruments, the clarinet. What elementary school? McGarrity Elementary. So we have wonderful kids from all over the county. All right, Miss Anna Kate. Forgive me, I was just double checking with everybody to make sure I didn't forget anybody because I tend to do that a little bit. So I believe our last soloist for today is going to be the wonderful saxophone player, Kyla. What elementary school did you go to? Panter Elementary, to close our solos today. Miss Kyla on saxophone. You, all the elementary schools who didn't get to visit this year, know that we missed you and that we are so excited to have you at Dobbins Middle School next year. On the forms that you'll be given out is my contact information, as well as a list of all the instruments that you got to hear today. We're going to close with a really fun activity that we learned on Fun Fridays, which is just a great tune that I love that I want to teach the kids. So thank you again for your patience getting our transitions, and thank you for your attention. We hope to see you soon in a Zoom Q&A where you get to ask all of these kids and me any question that you have. Thank you.